What's up, beautiful people? I am Ryan, and today we're going to be defining value. To do that, I have some examples. But before we get to these examples, we need to dive into the definition. Value is the subjective measure of the benefit that could be gained from a product or a service. Now, that has a lot of words in it, and I need to define it based off of two different sections. Subjective measure and value to be gained. Let's dive into both of those separately. So, how do you get a subjective measure of value? Well, if you're normal, like any other consumer, you're going to do it based off of comparison to other prices of a similar product. Take cell phones. The average person would not be able to guess the profit margins for things like cell phones or industrial grade chemicals. Currently, if you're going to spend something like $1,200 on a cell phone right now, nobody's really going to bat an eye at that kind of sticker price. Even though just a few years ago, $650 was the comfortable maximum for most consumers on any cell phone. It's arguable that the newer technology offsets this increase in value. It's just as arguable to most people that the newest, the latest, the greatest cell phone prices at the $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 range is not worth it at all. So there's a nice market of lower grade or used cell phones that's $300 to $700 at the exact same service level and capability. In most cases, the value of something is based around what other people would be willing to pay for it. Consider the Diamond Desert example. Let's say that you, on this fresh expedition, go out into the middle of the Sahara Desert. Let's say you find a legendary 25-carat diamond that's worth over $45 million. You found it while roaming around in a Jeep Wrangler, rented specifically for this purpose. The excursion took multiple days, and by the end of it, you were just motivated and you found the diamond. Congratulations. Now, you're out of gas and out of water, but you still have the diamond, so you're still rich. On the first day, it's not a big deal. You just pick a direction that you know a town is supposed to be in, and you just start walking. But after the second day, you start to get ridiculously thirsty, and you're recognizing that your options are very limited. Luckily, you found a town that's willing to take you in, but they know what you're carrying, and they're not going to let you stay unless you give it up. So question for you. Would you trade the stone for water, food, and a place to recover? Think about it. You valued the diamond enough to set up this huge excursion, to quit your job, to rent a Jeep Wrangler, to drive in the desert for multiple days, to waste all of your food and water just trying to figure out where this diamond is. And at the end of the day, you sell it for some water. The value of the item can change just based off of the context. It really comes down to what are you willing to give up in order to get the thing that you need or want. This illustration shows that when the supply of water is artificially low, such as if you're in a desert, it increases its value to absolutely no end, borderline infinity. What most people consider ridiculously valuable, something like a diamond, can easily be outweighed by the necessity of water. Similarly, an expert carpenter wouldn't get much value of a master course in computer programming. I don't value when people buy me socks for Christmas. I said it. I have socks. Don't buy them. What about the benefit that could be gained? Better put, adding value to the market, to the situation, to the circumstance. Now, let's go back to these chemicals. I'm working on a project that requires specifically these materials in order to do the process that I've set out to do. So I needed these materials. I paid $97.28 to get this package shipped to me in one day. Out there, somewhere in the world, someone found it reasonable to create a company that makes and manufactures these special materials. That means after the initial idea, the prototyping, R&D, safety stamp, packaging, shipping, marketing, taxes, and time invested in the company, they still make a profit and add monetary value to themselves and the world by supplying these special materials. I, being an average person who is not interested in starting an entire company in order to complete this one project, am leveraging these investments in order to get this special material. I didn't have to invest anything except for $97.28 in order to get this special material delivered to my house in one day. What this means is that there was a net value associated with these items The company made a profit, and that is their representation of that value, and I am capable of finishing my project because now I have the tools and resources and special material in order to do so. Well, let's talk about emotional value for a second. Some of you, unfiltered, are looking at me and saying, Ryan,
why would you spend $100 on a bunch of special material in order to do this one project?
It comes down to just two things. Number one, I'm considering making this into a product in the near future, and there could be a potential return on investment in the monetary sense. And number two, everybody needs a hobby. I'm going through this process and learning along the way and using these materials because it's fun and enjoyable to me. It's my way of having a creative outlet or relieving some steam throughout the day. This project has an emotional value to me, something another person can't possibly justify. Consider for a second what you would pay for this. Think about it for a second. Really try and come up with a price. Got it? Let's compare. My price is infinity. Were we close? No? Well, it's one of a kind. The simple fact is that this is my wife's wedding ring. It's not replaceable because of the memories associated with this particular object. If you came up with an actual number, don't fret. The answer is somewhere in this video. You just have to look for it a little bit. What about this item? A penny. You might think that 1 cent is defined as 1 cent, maybe less. To someone else, it could be multiple dollars just to get this very specific penny to complete a collection. This specific collection of $2.07 might be worth $24 to a collector, while not being valuable enough to order a beefy 5-layer burrito at Taco Bell. Another question for you. What's the value of your like? Think about it. At no cost to you, you can significantly add value to me and my videos. How else are you going to add value to the world today? Let me know in the comments down below. Please hit the like button if you like this video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button to get all of the notifications about our fitness, finance, and family center goals. I've been Ryan. You've been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.